Hello, everyone. I didn't announce I was going live, so I'll give it a minute, let people come in. I didn't schedule this live. I was just sitting on the porch, and I was like, you know what? I'll go live. My last live, I was sad, so I wanted to check in with everybody and let everybody know that I'm okay. Hey, Truth. I didn't schedule this live. I was bored. Decided I'd go live. Hey, Puss in Boots. Hey, Courtney. Hey, Galloway. Sorry, guys. I didn't say anything. Hey, Tawanda. I didn't say anything, and I wasn't really. I didn't schedule it. Hey, Carla. I just was sitting here looking through my phone on some cases, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go live. What? I know my last live, I kind of left everybody. Hey, Denise. I left everybody kind of, I had a bad day. Hey, Samara, I had a bad day and I just didn't want anybody to worry. Hey, Dolly girl, I'm okay. After my day, that day was a bad day. I actually was able to shake it off and pull up my bootstraps, so to speak, and, you know, keep on trucking because that's all we can do, right? That's all we can do is just get up, be thankful for the next day, and just keep moving on. Then the weekend started, and we all know how the weekend went. Hey, serendipity. We all know how the weekend went. A lot of hatred coming from one side more so, and it's just getting ridiculous and it's getting worse. um First it was my voice and now it's my teeth, and none of that bothers me. It really doesn't. I know a lot of people were upset for me, and don't get me wrong, shaming somebody for the way they look or the way they sound is, a low blow. But I am comfortable in who I am. I'm confident in the person that I am. And I know that I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And I'm okay with that too. But what blows my mind is how much hate comes from this woman that supposedly, cared so deeply for us. We were set. Oh, thank you, Smokey P. That cared so deeply for us. We were such good friends. And now the way she talks about us just proves that she was never our friend. She was putting on a front. Absolutely consider the source. Exactly. She was putting on a front and she still puts on a front on a day-to-day basis. It just shows that she never really cared about any of us. She cared about the money. She cared about us white knighting for her. That's what she cared about. And for her to go after, Tracy and Sarah and Galloway and Tawanda and me the way that she has this weekend just shows her class compared to ours. For her to go live and scream at the top of her lungs and resort to, our children, our looks, our addictions, our non-addictions at that, because Galloway is not addicted to anything. And them trying to say that Galloway's irrelevant. Galloway's very relevant to the people that matter. And she matters to me. Hey, little Kelly. She matters to me. She's a good person. She has a great heart. She stands true to what she believes in, and she definitely stands true to her friends. Um, you mess with us, you mess with all of us, and that's kind of how it is. And I know that she sits there and complains that we don't leave her name out of her mouth. But as Tracy has said, as Sarah has said, and now I'm going to say, you went live this weekend and pulled a live out of your hat that was so long ago because you needed content that bad. And then cry or bitch or lose your mind when we clap back. Hey, Ray Ray. Galloway would do anything for anyone. Absolutely. Hi, Honor Rose. Oh, I like that name, Honor Rose. Truth. Well, I'm the next to be swatted and my son notified. It's ridiculous. Like, they want to sit there and complain about how horrible SWATs are and how horrible it is that people go real life, but yet sit there and threaten to do it to the truth and then try to take it back. You can't spit it out and then try to take it back. You already sent it out into the universe. You already sent it out into the public. You can't say what you said and then be like, but not that I would do it. Well, sorry. I take that as you would do that you would stoop to that level. That's how I take it. The truth, your story was absolutely heart-touching. I'm so glad I heard your testimony. Absolutely, it was heartfelt and it was heart-touching. You know, there's a lot of people on here that have, you know, a story to tell. And how is it wrong when they decide to go on their panel and tell their story? And then for people to be so hateful and mean to tear down their story is ridiculous. And for them to sit there and act like we were talking about children, her children, other people's children, they really need to listen to the clip and stop listening to their subscribers, because it was mind-blowing to sit there and watch her chat and watch them come in and spin their narrative the way they wanted to spin it, to watch Laura and Makeup Mobster and Tiffany Marie to lose their mind. It was so telling, because everything everybody said to them, they instantly believed. They instantly took it as fact and ran with it and lost their minds over it. When really, if you went back and listened, that is not what was said. Makeup Mobster's child wasn't even talked about. But yet, Makeup Mobster's writing in chat horrible things about Tracy and Tracy's son, and because she truly believed, hey, Easy, she truly believed that on Tracy's panel that her son was talked about. Her son was never mentioned. The clip that Tracy posted or played on her live was from her own live. They're trying to spin it that we were stalking his gaming YouTube channel, or we were stalking his whatever he does, YouTube, whatever, and we stole it from there. That's what they tried to spin to everybody today. Like we're a bunch of grown adults stalking a 12-year-old's channel. That is absolutely not the truth. You were live and your son was in the background screaming it, and you didn't shut off your mic like we've asked you to do 1,001 times. They are stupid. Yeah, they tried to act like we stalked his page and that's where we got it from. Because when he goes live, he games. And so when he's gaming, he might swear and say something. And we just recorded that clip and played it. So I'm kind of glad that Amanda Lynn has the whole clip. I think Amanda Lynn's going live tonight. And she's going to play the whole clip. And it will just show that, yet again, they do not know what they're talking about. I didn't even know he had a channel until she said it. And, good job, Laura. Just send more crazy people to go look for your son now. Good job. Like, let's make that public that your 12-year-old has a YouTube channel. Like, good job. Like, it just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. Because, I don't know, as a mom, and I'm not knocking her mom, her being a mom. Everybody parents different. Doesn't mean you're a bad parent or a good, a bad parent or a good parent. Every parent, parents differently, and I can't knock her for that. But at the same time, with everything that you have gone through on this platform, everything that you have said on every live of what you have gone through, you would think as a mother, you would want to shelter your kids even more. You would not want YouTube to know anything more about them, any more details about them. And yet, you continue to put it out there. And that's on you. But I just don't get why you would want to put your kids at risk. I mean, in the way you speak, you've already, your kids have already been at risk. And those are your own words. I just know for me, I would do everything. I mean, one phone call and somebody showing up at my door, I would do everything in my power to protect my children. But what blows my mind is she acts like it's our job, so to speak. Like, how dare we? How dare we talk about them? How dare we anything? But when you put them on a public platform, that is the risk you take. That is why most parents choose not to put their kids on a platform. I mean, two of your friends that you panel up with every day have never put their kids, well, one of them has, one of them hasn't, but they do everything in their power to keep their kids protected, and they don't put them on YouTube. But yet, it's your job to protect them, not ours. And do you have wonderful kids? You do. You're very lucky to have the children you have. But what you said today to Tracy was absolutely disgusting to me. How you could tell a mother she's just jealous because my kids aren't sticking needles in their arms. That absolutely broke my heart, for one. And for two, I couldn't even believe another mother would sit there and say that another mother is jealous of that. No mother, no family member wants their family member to be an addict. Do you think that, and for you, yes, your kids, thank God your kids are not addicts. Thank God your kids enjoy school and are straight A students and are doing the right thing. But in a snap of a finger, that could change. A snap of a finger, that could change. And I wouldn't wish that on you. And I definitely wouldn't be jealous. I just think sometimes you don't think what you say. You're so geared to be right and so hell bent on making your point that you don't actually listen to the words that come out of your mouth. And maybe you need to learn, maybe anger management might be the way to go. I don't know. But maybe you need to learn to count to 10. I don't know. But I know for me and for many others, there's been so many things that you have said and done on this community that literally people don't think you could go any lower. That you couldn't say anything more disgusting. Like you've said the most disgusting thing there is. There's no way you could say anything more disgusting. And every day you shock us. Every day you come up with something more disgusting. She is hell-bent on making her point and being right. Absolutely. I actually think she doesn't care what comes out of that trap of hers. No, I don't believe she does either. Because she's the type of person that doesn't have feelings and doesn't care. Although she sits there and says she has feelings, she only has feelings when it benefits her. That's when she has feelings. That's when she can put on the waterworks and say, I'm crying. When really, it's so funny when she says, I'm crying right now. But nobody ever sees tears. It's interesting. But I know she's never going to change, and I know we're never going to change her. Not that we want to, but it would be nice if you could come on this panel and be a decent human being. But we know that's not the case. She's never going to change. But we can hope. We can hope that one day something somebody says will resonate. And she will actually take that moment to, oh yeah, oh God, don't cry on YouTube. That makes you weak. And yep, exactly. It's ridiculous. People that cry on YouTube, off of YouTube, means they have a genuine heart and they actually care. I don't think it means you're weak at all. Yeah, Tally girl, definitely. She's having a tough weekend, and I feel horrible for her because out of all the weekend to go at the truth, this weekend wasn't the weekend to do it. But we know what that's going to say. Oh, nobody stopped dragging me when I was having a tough weekend. Nobody stopped and stopped behaving and talking about me when it was about me, but I'm supposed to about Tracy. A decent human being would, because most people didn't talk about you when stuff happened to you. Most people came in, said they were sorry, and they left you alone. But of course, you got to bring up the one or two people that didn't. Hey, Jenna and chat, love you all. Look at all the lovely ladies, few males, friends that have walked away. That speaks volumes. We see through, it moved. We see through the vile behavior going on. Absolutely, Cherry Chatterbox. And I think a lot of people do. I really believe, I know she feels like because her numbers are so high, it's because people believe what she's saying or support what she's saying. I think if we actually took a poll, who truly believes what she's saying and who truly supports what she's doing, against who truly watches her just to hate watch her, I think the hate watch would be definitely more than the support watch. But because of the hate watch, she truly feels that everybody's buying the bullshit she's spewing. Absolutely, TL Hodge. I truly believe that if the haters stopped watching her, her numbers would plummet. Totally agree. And I know it's hard. It's hard not to hate watch, and it's hard not to want to listen to hear what crazy screaming antics she's got to say about us today. But I just really hope, because I really think this is never going to end. If we all know Laura's a numbers game, that's what it is for Laura. It's money and numbers. And I wish everybody would truly, truly, truly try to stop hate watching her. Because when you start affecting her numbers and you start affecting her pocket, she will change direction. And until then, she is going to continue. And I truly believe that, because I've been behind the scenes. A couple of people have been behind the scenes. We talk to her privately on a daily basis. We know her thought process. And that is truly the only thing she cares about, is numbers and money. And it's true. It's like people are having a breakdown in the grocery store. Oh no, Smokey B. 100% agree. She does this because it makes her money. That's all. Absolutely. People come in and super chatter because they're blocked, so they super chatter to be able to say what they need to say. She's not stupid. She just acts stupid. You know, she knows how to be a hustler, as she says. Or was it Tiffany Marie said? I don't remember which one said it, but the drug addict thing. Oh, drug addicts, they learn, hey Raquel, they know how to hustle. They always, drug addicts hustle. They hustle to get what they want. Well, if you guys remember Laura's story, Laura was a drug addict too. So that means Laura knows how to hustle. So guess what? That means Laura's hustling you. There's nothing genuine coming out of that mouth. It's all about the hustle. It's all about making sure she can support her and her kids, and that's it. And sure, you are a single mom. You should be able to do that. But she should do it on decent content, not the vile hate that she spews. Nothing wrong with making money on YouTube, but she is going about it wrong. The YouTube crime channels are leaving her in the dust. Drama channels never become an empire. Exactly, TL Hodge. Exactly. But right now, her channel, she thinks, is the biggest empire of them all. Because people like us watch her. Is she really friends with people behind the scenes, Jenna Moon? Easy. No. She pretends to be friends. Pretends. If it ain't about her, she doesn't listen. You could sit on a phone call on a bad day with her, and you could tell her your worst day, and she cuts you off to talk about something on YouTube. She cuts you off to say, this happened to me. She does not know how to be a real friend. And there are still Patreons that are in there that have been Patreons from day one. And I know they won't speak up because their loyalty lies with Laura, and I respect that. But they know it too. And there's been many discussions of that conversation of, is Laura really a true friend, or is it a pretend friendship? And it truly is a pretend friendship. How you see Laura on YouTube is exactly how she is to her Patreons. Exactly. To a T. She can sit behind that scene and scream at you just like she would scream at you on YouTube. If she'll kiss your butt if you're doing something nice for her. She'll put you on that pedestal. She'll pet your little head and scratch you behind the ears to make you feel special, when really she's only petting your head and scratching behind the ears because you're doing something that she likes, or you're doing something that makes her money or makes her happy, whether you're white knighting for her, or whether you're helping her in her Discord, or you're taking screenshots, or you're looking her up. That's when you get a pat on the head. That's when she makes you feel special. But she can never make it last for long. You only get like a day or two of the patting of the head and the scratching behind the ears. And then she moves on. But when you do something wrong, she'll ignore you. She'll act like you don't even exist. And then she'll type everybody and say, do you think, you mean girl, you guys can hear those crickets? It's crazy you guys can hear them. But I'm glad it's calming to you guys. It's calming to me too. That's why I love sitting on my porch. I tried to talk to her in chat. She missed my comment and told me to email her something instead. No. Well, I'm telling you, if you email her, it's ending up in a chat. Anything you say to Laura ends up in a chat. There's a select few girls that get all the details. It's not all the Patreons. She don't drop it to all the Patreons. It depends on if it's good, it's juicy. If it's juicy, she might put it in for all the Patreons. But she has a select few girls that get to see everything. Hey, Charlie Girl says, to Laura, a friendship is nothing but a $sign. Absolutely, Puss in Boots. Absolutely. Absolutely. But like I said, I'm just tired of, the calling of the names and the horrible things you say about people. Can you just fight like YouTube style? Is there such a thing as fight YouTube style instead of below the belt and ugly? Because everything that we point out, it's nothing that we have shown that you haven't put out there yourself. So it's public. It's fair game. Exactly. No, she has to fight dirty. Right. So can't you stop fighting dirty? And I really think she can't stop fighting dirty is because we're a threat to her. She can laugh at that. She can say, I'm not scared of them. But I truly believe she is. I truly believe she couldn't go head to head with us and her. There's no way. Just like I said when I first started my channel. Let's do a ex Patreon versus OG Patreons in you. Let's go do a panel. Us ex Patreons up. You bring your OGs that are still in here, that have been there from day one, and have you on panel, and let's hash it out. Let's hash it out. But she won't touch it. She doesn't even bring it up. And I have mentioned it several times to her. And I'm not saying Patreons that you fed a load of crap to. I'm not saying, ones that are just in your Discord and don't know the crap behind the scenes. I'm talking about your original OGs. And trust us, we all know who the originals are. But you are going to go live. I'm sure you're going to get a clip of this if you're not watching. Even though she says she doesn't watch us. But you're either going to get a clip or you're listening. But next time you go live, you call it. You call it. If you want us there, you have to unblock us all. And we'll be there. And you pick all your OGs to be there too. And let's do it. Let's put this to bed. Let's end this Patreon, as you say, so to speak, Patreon hate that you get on a daily. Let's squash it all. Just like you said, time and time again, I'm going to release all the chats. That way nobody has anything to say, so nobody can use it against me. How many times did she say that? She never, ever did it. Never did it. Let's put it to bed. We can hash it all out one night, and then we can be done with it. You can go on your way. Don't mention us. We'll go on our way. We won't mention you. And we'll get all our feelings out, because I know that there's a lot of girls that deserve the right to tell you what you did to them, and has the right to tell you how you hurt them when they were your Patreons and then after your Patreon. They have the right to question why you call them drug addicts, and why you say they're pill poppers, and why you say they're, cash cows, and why we have that right. Just as much as you have the right to question why are we saying these things or that things. Let's do it. The only way she will is on her own panel. You know what? If she's willing to do it, and she's willing to do it the right way, I'll even go on her panel. I will. But she's got to let all of us up. You're allowed 10 people on a panel. I'm sure Laura can probably allow more than that. So that's you and 9 others. And you have to do it evenly. Is my messages showing? Whoever, I saw it, but I didn't. Cecile, yes, I can see you. Okay, because no one was answering my question. Oops, probably my fault. Let me look what your question is. Sorry, I'm trying to swap mosquitoes. I'm about to go in. Is Amanda Lynn going live later too? I heard she was. From what I gathered, from what I heard, yes, she is going live. I don't know the time or anything, but I did hear that she was going live. So, like I said, I think we've all been drama out this weekend. I think there's been enough. I think I said the piece that I needed to say. So, remember how I told all you guys that I've been, I did all my crime lives that I wanted to, the 3 that I wanted to do. And now I need to find some ideas of new crimes that I can do, because I really want to get back into the crime and get away from this insanity. So I was looking tonight, And I know some people had messaged me about some crimes. I'm going to look into those and see if they capture me. But I was also looking, because everybody knows I am from Massachusetts, I was looking at cold case homicides in Massachusetts. And there's a couple of them. There's Lisa Zegert. Lisa is a 22-year-old Agawam middle school teacher assistant who was killed in 1992. She was abducted from her night job at a card shop, and her body was found 4 days later in a wooded area about 4 miles from the store. There's that one. There is a Karen Marchoni. This is a 15 years after Karen's killing in Framingham in October, and it still haunts her daughter. She had called 911 that morning, reporting she had been stabbed, but died after being airlifted to the hospital, and that has not been solved. Then there's I know a lot of people probably heard this one, and I think a lot of people have done this one. Hey, Easy. Hey, Doll Factory. Then there was the Molly Bish. I know that was really publicized. Molly Bish went missing in 2000. She went missing as a lifeguard at a pond. They ended up finding her remains almost 12 years later. After she went missing, they found her remains. That is still unsolved. And then there's a Granby girl. This woman is a young woman found buried in a shallow Granby grave in 1978 and has never been identified. Yeah, the Molly Bish one was, hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry. My husband's going to bed, so I had to say goodnight to him. Can you turn on the porch light, babe? Thank you. Maybe the mosquitoes will go to the light instead of to my body. Oh, thank you, Miss Press. So there's a couple of cases that I was looking at. There's another one. A Logan Airport baggage supervisor was found killed in the trunk of her car. So I was thinking maybe doing a Massachusetts one, just because I'm from Massachusetts. And I was thinking, if I do the Molly Bish one, I am not far from where Molly Bish actually went missing from, where I could actually go to the area and like give you guys an aerial view of the pond and give you an inside look type thing. And so maybe I'll look into the Molly Bish one. I know it was really popular, and I really try to do cases that other people, yes, night. He's going to bed. He's got to go to work first thing in the morning. He's got to get up early. He's going in early. I know the Molly Bish one was really popular and was all over the news. And I really try to do cases that nobody else has done. And I haven't looked to see if like Gray Hughes or Stephanie Harlow or John Climbs or any of them have, hi Doug Mom, have touched on that case. I haven't looked yet, but I definitely will look into it because I really, like I've told you guys before, I really don't want to do cases where, where it's the same outcome. Yes, it's a different creator doing it, but it's the same outcome. And I think that's just, we all put our own unique spin on it, but still, no matter what, the story is still the same. So and there's so many cases out there, and there's so many cases that nobody's ever even heard of. I really want to do those type of cases where it's new and fresh to you guys and more interesting, instead of me repeating a case that 5 other creators have already done. So I will definitely look into the Molly Bish one. I think that would be a really interesting one to do, because like I said, I'm not far from where she went missing. Her family still lives in the same house. I know this because when Molly Bish actually went missing, my aunt actually went and helped search for her. And my aunt actually became really good friends with Molly Bish's mother. And she helped do the charity, to raise money and all kinds of stuff. I mean, I might even be able to see if I can get an interview. I don't know. I don't want to, to go too far ahead, and I don't know, but it's definitely something I can look into, just because I do have family that are close to this case and it's close to my area. I would love to see you do the case that happened in Knoxville, Tennessee. Shannon, Christine, and Christopher. The case doesn't get the attention it needs. I will warn you, it's horrific. 2007. Let me write that down, because I'm going to lose it. And I will look into it. So it's Shannon, Kristen, and Christopher Newsom. Okay, I will definitely look into it. Hey, Em. The case is interesting, including finding her body. Yes, Tally Girl, it was, especially because it was found where she went missing, and they had searched that area so much. Like around that pond, they literally searched and searched and searched, and you would have thought that after the few days that she went missing, that they would have been able to see her body in the woods, and they never found anything. And then to come across her bones near the pond 12 years later, it makes you wonder if the person, in my opinion, I think the person kidnapped her, kept her until like the media died down and stuff. And then I think they went out there and placed her out there after all the media and the case kind of died down. That's my impression, because I don't know how. I mean, they searched around that pond with a fine-tooth comb and never saw her, but yet they find her body. Mary Bell was an 11-year-old serial killer. 11 years old, and she was a serial killer? No way. That's crazy. Mary Bell was from Britain, 1968. That's crazy to become listed as a serial killer at 11. Wow. I've never heard of that case. I just wrote that one down too. That one sounds interesting. Okay, guys, I'm going to smoke this cigarette, and then I'm going to get off, because these mosquitoes are loving me for dinner. Loving me for dinner. The one in Knoxville is horrific. Absolutely heartbreaking. All the bad guys are in jail, though, so that's good. But it's a doozy. Really, Ash? Yeah, they just don't. Because, like I said, a lot of people ask me what kind of cases I want to do, and I'm not picky. I'm interested in all types of cases. So I'll do solved, unsolved. Solved, at least we get an ending. Unsolved, you're kind of left in limbo. I actually like the solved ones because at least with the solved ones, you get the ending, whether they were caught or released or whatever. But even missing anything that I find interesting, I'm not one that's only gonna pick like a certain criteria. As long as it interests me and it can keep me interested in the research, because it is a lot of research. It's not easy doing crime because you want to give everybody the right info and you want to give them the most info you can find. So it's not like you can just Google the name and go to one channel, one news article and get everything. It takes sometimes hours, sometimes days, depending on how big the case is and how many twists and turns are in the case. It's a lot of work and I enjoy doing it. But, if I'm going to do it, I want to give you guys all the information I can possibly come up with. But I've never heard of that one in Knoxville. When did you guys said when it was? Jenna, if you do the Chipman Street Canning case, I will panel with you. Watched every single one of their trials. Okay, Galloway. Like you could come up at the trial part. Like I could tell the story and stuff, and then like when I get to the trial part or whatever, you can come up. Yeah, it's still. In 2007. I don't know why. Either the names aren't ringing a bell, but as soon as I open it, it might dawn on me. But I really don't think I've ever heard of that case. Yes, it's still on YouTube. No kidding. And everybody's saying it was horrific. And it was heartbreaking. Wow, maybe I'll do that one before I do the Molly Bish one. Because that one seems like it's going to have a lot of twists and turns. Has a lot of people actually done this case, though? Because I don't want to do the case and you guys kind of already, I mean, obviously you guys already know that they're in jail and stuff, but has anybody else really touched on this case? I'm sure. No? Really? I'm kind of shocked. Seeing how horrific it was, I would think. Oh, sorry, neighbor came home. Jenna, please be aware. Be aware of what? What am I being aware of, Galloway? But either me either. The Lester Street murders in Memphis bothers me a lot too. Never heard of that one either. Lester. I'm writing these all down. Lester Street. Because that's what I was hoping for. Because I need some ideas because I would like to get a couple of cases that I can commit to do. So then I can go from one case to another case. So I'm not like pausing too long. I'm interested in keeping up with the, okay, Rodin family murders. Family. Okay. I'm writing them all down, guys. All dogs are barking. Yeah, right? Once one dog barks, all of them do. They're like, hey, I hear a friend. There is a first 48-hour episode on the Lester Street. The killer's name is Jesse. All right, Jesse Dotson. I'll definitely check that one out too. The parents still break my heart. Oh my goodness, guys. You guys are going to make me get off of here and go grab my laptop, go inside, and start looking. I haven't, British Chippy. That's what everybody was talking. Everybody has brought up that case tonight. Everybody says it's heartbreaking, it's horrific, and I've never heard of that case. Unless, like I said, unless I'm just not, the names aren't clicking with me. And then when I read it, good luck down that rabbit hole. Yeah. But I like doing that stuff. I like researching. To me, that's not boring to me. I really like going down rabbit holes on cases. Like I said, when I was growing up, although my plans have changed and I ended up going into nursing instead and ended up being a teen mom, but my plan, I always wanted to do like forensics or something in homicide. Even when I was little, my mom thought I was, weird because I loved stuff like that. My mom would say I'm nosy. I would be perfect at it because I would be the one that would get in there and get my hands dirty and ask questions and all that because I was nosy. But I've always enjoyed stuff like that. And I wish if I could go back in time, I definitely would have went to school for it. And I definitely would have followed that career path. Oh, I'm sorry. I stepped away to look for their names. When you asked the cases that have affected us clearly, yeah, British Chippy. No, don't apologize. Please don't. I'm glad you guys are all giving you guys' input. It really helps me and makes me feel good that you guys are all interested in me doing cases and you guys obviously enjoy me doing them. So I really appreciate it. I don't think you should read about it tonight before bed. Wait till morning. Really? Now, if you guys want to tell me something, like did they murder one person or did they murder multiple people or did they murder like a family? Were they teens or were they adults? It's one I won't forget in a hurry. It made me incredibly sad. Wow. Both separately. Hmm. I don't know why both college, a teen couple. Huh. I'm wondering, no, that's not the case I'm thinking of because that was later than 2007. I know that there was a couple that dated that were in love and they went to like a wedding reception or something and they got kidnapped from the wedding reception. And they had a car, but this was like in the 70s. So you guys are saying 2007. So that's totally a different case that I'm thinking of. She was 21 and Christopher was 23. I'm wondering if that is the case. I wanted to say, I thought that case was older. They were like in love and he was a farmer. Like his family lived on a farm. I don't know if that's the case I'm thinking of. And they were just good kids. And I think they were in college, maybe high school. I think I'm thinking of two different boyfriend and girlfriend kidnapped, but a bunch of monsters. It started like no, see, that's different. Yeah, different. Because it wasn't a hijacking. They literally got kidnapped coming out of a wedding reception. They went to a wedding, came out, and it ended up being the guy worked at the place the wedding reception was. But I wanted to say that was in like the 80s. So yeah, totally different. I'm surprised you. I know. I'm surprised I haven't heard of this case. in as much 48 hours as I watch and Dateline and all of that, I would think I would have saw that because I literally that's what I go to bed to at night. At night, I put my earbuds in and I go to like 48 hours, Dateline, and that's what I fall asleep to, is listening to crime shows. I saw one recently where the guy was killed and the girl tied up, but she escaped like a badass. I love story. I mean, it's horrible that the guy died, but it is totally badass that she escaped. Or hearing women that, were kidnapped and held captive and they were able to talk their way out of being killed, and escape. But all right, guys, I think it's 9:15 my time. I think they are still in court, Jenna. Oh, really? Um, yeah, that would make sense. Wow. That would be cool because if I did the case and then they started going to court, I would be able to live stream, hopefully, the court and stuff. And it would be a case that we could continue and we could talk about, what happened in court the next day. Actually, that might be a really cool idea, knowing that they haven't even gone to court yet. Huh. But I know it's getting late. I know Amanda Land's probably going live. I don't know what time. I think she said 9. But I could be wrong. And like I said, the bugs have had their dinner enough on me. So I'm going to let you guys go. But I will be live again soon. I just wanted to, like I said, get that out, what I got out, let you guys know that my other stream, I'm okay, I'm good. I was able to get through my sadness and pull up my bootstraps and carry on. And I thank you guys for all being here to support me that night. And I wanted to talk about the cases. They've been in trial since 2009. Oh, okay. So definitely, if you guys have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you could hit the likes or the dislikes, doesn't matter, either one. Please hit the like or the dislike. I hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead. Definitely stay healthy, stay happy, and stay you. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.